intentions and distractions?
Sure, yeah. Intentions, distractions, intentions to stay synchronized with the team and continue to pick up the process and the flow of these meetings. Um, I think I feel pretty streamlined. I'm focusing on the QF uh, algo development, and I've got good progress there, but it's kind of mid stages. So I usually meet with Isaac on Thursdays. So we weren't able to meet last week, and we're going to meet this week. And I think I'll have a major update for Thursday. I've also, in parallel, I don't know if this is too much detail, but I'll be quick. But in parallel to working on the SME signal boost, I am building a model for the foundational paper by Vitalik, called A Flexible Design for Funding Public Goods. And it's like a pretty mathy paper. And I'm working through that and building out a model for it for the sort of general public goods funding model that they've proposed, where you have citizens, you have public goods, and citizens contribute to public goods, and public goods yield utility for citizens. So I'm building that out as a base so that you can use it as a reference. I could go into a lot more details, but to sum up, my intention is to stay synchronized with the team. I guess distraction is like I'm working on some really cool modeling stuff, so that'll probably be about 50% of my thinking. I'll pass over to Bear.
Yeah, thank you, YGG. Yeah, intentions. Yeah, just to be present on the retrospective. As always, distractions. I'm just having something to eat, so there's just that, and I'm fully present right now. I'll pass it on to Nate.
Yeah, intentions are to kind of catch up with everything in terms of the retrospective and make sure that, I guess, I don't know, not my intention, but I would like to kind of confirm this week's plans in terms of the spaces and make sure that we have all that in line. My distractions are currently Kepler is on the verge of falling to sleep, but not there yet. So I'll pass it back to you again.
Okay. Yeah, my no distractions. Intentions are I would like to really use this retrospective to try to capture as much of what went right and what we could do better process-wise around the grants, because I think I think we're evolving this and building on the success of the last one, and so I think this would be a good opportunity to try to capture some notes and stuff that we can then put into kind of like a playbook. So, is everybody? Let's see. Looks like everybody is in the document. We're gonna start with just a praise round. So go. Let's all meet over in the praise channel, and we'll dish some praise. And I'm gonna set the. Should I set it for 10? I can't remember what Isaac usually sets the timer for. Do you guys know? Should we do like 10 minutes?
10 minutes, yeah.
Okay. All right, let's give it a shot. And if we start to peter out, we'll just end early.
Sorry I'm late, guys.
No problem. You're currently doing praise.
Oh, hey, Joseph. Yeah, we are, let's see. So we're wrapping up in 2 seconds. Does anybody need more time? I will take that as a no. And you can obviously continue to dish praise afterwards too. But let's keep moving. Why don't let's go into the retrospective. Joseph, I think everybody's on. Oh, it looks like folks dropped off of that link. Is everybody back in that document, or can people jump back in that document? And it's in the chat on that for this meeting. And so we're going to dive into what's gone well for this last 2 weeks, this sprint. And again, as always, the focus is not on the product of what we did, but the process, how we did it. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes and let's dive in.
Sorry, I'm a bit of a Figma noob. Can't seem to edit. I have a hand. Is it?
Okay. Let me see. Oh gosh. I don't know if hold on just 1 sec. It says you can edit.
I think it's a user issue. I have a hand. It looks like I'm in like pan mode.
Oh, so you're in then, and you're in hand mode.
There should be an arrow on top of the hand in the modal, like at the bottom.
Yeah, right here. See this? If you click on that arrow thing, then you should be able to double click.
Wow, I don't have any. Yeah, I don't have that. Let me just play around with this.
Do you see this thing down here?
No, I don't have any widget bar or anything. I might
Oh.
try hard refreshing. It might be an app or something.
Yeah, you might try playing around with this up here. Let's see. View.
Yeah.
Try the view over there. That might do it.
Oh, okay. I gotta log in to do that stuff. I think that's
Okay.
so.
Okay.
I'll do that.
So just another 2 minutes. Okay. Oh, hey, Octopus. Welcome. Good to have you here. So let me just explain Octopus, because I think this may be the first time you've been to this retrospective. So basically, we do a 2-week sprint process, and so on every other Monday, we reflect back on what's happened in the last sprint. So that's what we're doing, and there's a link to a Figma doc in the chat here. So, okay, let's go. Let's reflect on this. A lot of comments this time. Wow. So, anybody feel inspired to kick off a round of observations on what went well?
Yeah, I can take it. Yeah, I don't know, for some reason, yeah, this time I wrote more comments as well. I don't know, it felt nice. It feels that we're doing some good progress on some good things in different fronts. For example, in regards with how we coordinated internally as a team to support each other, to figure out a better way to do communications for the grants round. I think we were able to improve a lot from last round. So I think that's a good sign. Also, in regards with the engagement and reach from the community, like in Twitter, in the forum, but also like with these events like the TE panel we had last week, I think that was a clear example of a really good avenue to explore, a really good opportunity for the TEC to continue hosting and facilitating these type of events that really bring a lot of attention and a lot of important conversation to the space. So I think that's super relevant, something that can benefit probably everyone, and that I don't think it's that complicated to do or to achieve in the short term. So yeah, I don't know. I think there's just a lot of good things that have been happening. So yeah, I'll just pass it on to YGG.
Hey guys. Thanks there. I'm really happy with the work that I've been getting to do. It's like right in line with my niche. and I'm really happy about that. So it's cool. I kind of jumped into this team, and no one really knew what I was going to be working on. But within a few days, like when I met with Isaac, he's like, "Yeah, we need data science help with the rough stuff," and so that's just right up my alley. And I was able to jump on that, and feels good to be on a team where I can provide what I'm good at, and I've been enjoying. I got a note here about having one-on-one relationship. It's quite nice. I've been enjoying working with Angie on this work. And yeah, I really stoked about the TE panel. I think that was very successful, and I really enjoyed Nate's ability to facilitate that. Nate and Vivian together, that was really well done. And then I also enjoyed the asynchronous praise session that we just did. I think that's new to me. Of course, back in the old days, praise was always sort of live, recorded in audio and video, and then transcribed later. And I always thought that was so inefficient. We should all just jump in the channel and type our praise at the same time. And I had a lot of fun doing that today. So I'm happy that that's happening. And yeah, I think that's all for me. I didn't have a whole lot related to actual like the TEC formation team and stuff, but overall, I'm happy with the past couple of weeks. I felt like I have a good place in the organization, and I thought that's really positive. I'll pass it over to me.
Thanks, YGG. Yeah, I really think that in terms of our communications, external communications and messaging, that's kind of the big one for me, is that we've really gotten it to a place where really haven't seen it in the past, and so I think this is pretty amazing collective effort that we've had. And yeah, just the ability to insert the phrase token engineering into the language of people in this space, in this industry, is something that I think we have done really well in this past sprint, in terms of the spaces, in terms of the content that we've created, in terms of our Twitter presence. And having kind of a featured round of token engineering has been a huge impact in creating that narrative. I think that we've done a really good job in kind of coordinating as well. Behind the scenes, I think the messaging that we have between each other, um, even if it's not like uh, collective DMs, even one-on-one messaging to make sure that we all are on the same page and working towards the same goals has been a huge help in terms of how we operate these sprints, and we accomplish the tasks that we have set out in front of us. And then the other thing is that um, the advisory panel, I'm glad to see that there's some work towards that. I think it's going to be really important as we start to move into these next phases of evolving the TEC into what it needs to become. And so I'm really happy about the direction we're heading with that. I'll pass it over to Octopus.
I joined this meeting both late and spontaneously, so I did not type any notes, but I would echo what has been said about coordination. I was really impressed with the structure of the spaces, and also how when the initial structure failed to garner engagement from the participants, the organizers shifted to a different structure that then worked equally well, if not better. And I'm excited personally to be re-engaged with the TEC and to see life and energy in this space again. Probably it was always there, and I just wasn't seeing it because of my own vision. But I'm really excited for this to uptick in my own ability to engage with it. Who should I pass to? Trying to figure out who's here. Okay, I pass to them.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. Was that to Joseph, to Jay Haney Art?
Yes, that is it.
Okay.
Yeah, Just definitely just wanted to say, yeah, communications is definitely uh taking a big step forward from the first time we actually done it. Definitely seeing more engagement, and also with the Twitter Spaces having less Twitter Spaces, and making people join one big one has definitely been a big help. Also, I think having the back channels and coordination documents with regards to the Twitter Spaces. For example, what subjects to talk about, what questions to ask, and things of that nature. I think has helped in a very big deal. Yeah, that's it for me. I'll pass it back to you, Gudrun.
Okay, thanks everybody. Yeah, I'll just keep mine brief. I think the thing that's really cool is, yeah, we're having some success with comms and the way we frame things, and I think it's building on ECC and all of the energy that the academy put into building the excitement. We're just like piggybacking on that wave, and I think the thing that's really cool is, I think if we can piggyback the basically this framing of token engineering as public goods, as like the ultimate in Web3 public goods, I think there's so much power in that, and we already started to tap that, and I think there's a lot of room there. Okay, so now let's dive into what needs improvement. And we're kind of we're running a little bit long. So we'll run it for 10 minutes, and then maybe when we get to the comments, we'll just like keep the comments shorter for this round. Okay, let's dive in.
Hello, which sprint number is this?
Oh, we're at the very bottom, and it's what is it? 8, I think. Hold on, just one sec.
When I started it up in Chrome, it just kicked me to the page of all of them.
So it's 8. Yeah, I'm zooming out here so you can see it.
Thank you.
Sprint 8. Yeah.
there a place where you can, are there extra stickies to drag, or how do you make a new sticky if you want one?
You can just copy here. I'll just add some. I'm adding them on the side here.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. So just about like a minute and 45 seconds. And how about we do this? Just if you've already finished, if you don't have any more comments, why don't we get somebody who's already wrapped up to provide their just their quick overview? And let's keep these, like, try to keep these to like 30 seconds this time, if we can. Anybody want to go first?
Yeah, I can take it. Yeah, same thing. I think there are a lot of details that we can, of course, continue to improve in regards with the way we communicate with grantees, in the way, in the time in advance that we start planning for the grant round, and everything that's required for its execution. Same thing with the review process. I think there's also ways to improve it, and to in the process also better support projects, either for this round or for future rounds. I think the idea is that projects should always be supported. So I think there's different things that can get done for that. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's just kind of like small things, small details that we can always improve. So yeah, I'll pass it on to whoever would like to take it on if you are finished.
I can jump in. I mostly just wrote one. Um, I just wrote a note about the advisory network. I think the name is so cool. I think the name should be, one name on the table was TechGAN, which is TEC General Advisory Network. I think that's really cool. If you don't know about GANs in AI, they are generative adversarial networks where you have two AIs competing against each other, and then that's how they actually train. I would like to see more external voices emphasized. So specifically in the TechGAN, I think maximizing external voices and diversity would be good. And then generally across the TEC as well. Just an emphasis on integrating and listening to external voices, token engineers in general, and SMEs. That's mostly it. I wrote some stuff here about diversity, upward mobility, apprenticeship, and freedom. I really like this quote. I think it's attributed to Michael Zargum. It's that the idea is to maximize freedom while preventing bad things from happening. So I think the coordination group is getting good at preventing bad things from happening. And then the next step to that is going to be maximizing freedom. That's my long note. I'll pass it over to Octopus.
I think the Twitter Spaces itself kind of surfaced the need for more discussion about what token engineering actually means or aspires to be. I felt that there were some very different perspectives represented, and that it would be good to continue that discussion. I also think what my recent interactions point to is, like, it would be awesome to be able to have a clear sense of which projects are currently ongoing, and maybe to tighten the feedback loop of how the information becomes public. Like, I was working on a quadratic funding question, so I was writing some code, and it turns out YGG is also writing some code, and it's good that we get to link up now. So those are my 2 comments about what I saw this past week. And I will throw to, I'm sorry, I'm on mobile, so I'm having a hard time seeing the names of the people who are in the meeting. I'll throw to whoever would like to claim it.
Yeah, I'll go real quick. My only comment is regarding the something I like to see improved is the planning process. I still think there's some room to improve in that area. Um, I do feel like we allow things to emerge and we react rather than looking ahead at exactly what's going to happen next and understanding, you know, what is the next step for the TEC and this coordination team in terms of how we move forward. I think there's a lot of priorities on our horizon that we have articulated previously, but haven't really decided what is most important and what to focus on, especially upcoming after this grant round. And I'll pass it to Joseph.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. I probably agree with their sentiments and also yours, Nate. So yeah, I'll pass it back to you, Gideon.
Okay. My comments are, I think that we really can improve the grant selection process, the filtering process. I felt like we were doing a pretty good job, and we're going to just need to like tighten that up. And part of, I think, the process for doing that is I think we need to bring in some more subject matter experts into the actual review of what gets into the round. I think that we're not doing as great of a job of actually raising funds for the TC itself. That's been like, in spite of like all the success, like we're 5x in terms of contributions what we were last round, which is amazing. But the funding for the TEC is lagging, and I think that people need to understand. There's like a communications gap that we have, which is, I think it may be centered in like, hey, the TEC is like a giver of funds, not a receiver of funds. Didn't it get like millions of dollars in the raise? And that's just not the reality. So we're gonna have to like figure out how to communicate that in a way if we want to be able to replenish the common pool over time. There's more, but I'll just stop there. So let's go on to the next, which is basically looking at what we could improve, and then coming up with some specific ideas that we can try. And I think what I'm going to do on this one is just cap this at 5 minutes because we've got 5 minutes left. Let's dive in. Okay, let's because we're running short on time. Again, if you still have something you're trying to write, please continue for another minute or so. And I'm going to just ask whoever is ready to go first if you've got like one or two just very quick things that you think we should focus on for that we should try. Please let us know.
Yeah, I'll jump in. I just wrote two things, kind of connected. So I was thinking we should have a data sheet of external advisors and SMEs that we can bring in for the QF work and in general the tech can consult. And then this idea of open engineering sessions in TEC Discord with attendance from external advisors and SMEs and partnership with the TE Academy. That's kind of a bigger concept, but just want to plant the seed for something like that. I'll pass over to Nick.
Yeah, I think that just continuing engaging with our comms is going to be really, really important. So that's my say. I'll pass it over to Bear.
Yeah, I really like to see here a lot of post-its in regards with events and community kind of like sessions. I think we definitely should try that out. And also I wrote down here to maybe create kind of like a database, a spreadsheet of all the different projects that I have applied to the program, like in our different rounds, as a way to track them and to also track the progress that they have. I think that'd be valuable as well. I'll pass it on to Joseph.
Yeah, kind of similar to kind of what Bear said with regards to keeping a track of who did apply and who also got rejected, and maybe even helping them pinpoint where they went wrong with regards to next grants round. I'll pass it to Octopus if he hasn't gone already.
I didn't put anything here, so I will pass it to Nate.
And I'll pass it right back to Gideon.
Okay. I would say I just think there's a lot of things. One is I'd really like to see us hone in on this idea of token engineering as public goods. Just have that be the theme that we just focus on like crazy. It's like, well, what is token engineering? And so like have a series that's focused on, defining what that is in sync with the stakeholder study, the release of that. I think it would be really awesome. So it's like, well, what is public goods? Well, public goods is this. How do these two things fit together? And just basically have a whole series that for the next 6-9 months, that's just like we're just continuing to hammer that theme, because in the end, like if we can tap into that larger network of public goods folks, that's going to be great for token engineering. And then the other thing is, I think it's really important for us to start thinking about how the QF round fits into a larger picture of how we fund projects. QF by itself is just not enough to sustain these projects. So if we think about it like a ladder of funding, this is the beginning, this is the initial step, and then what do the next steps look like? Sean and I have been talking about that a little bit, and I think it's super important for us to keep that in mind. So, okay, we're gonna stop here, and we're 3 minutes over, but I appreciate everybody's time and energy. This has been like an exciting couple weeks, so it's cool, and it's great to have Octopus. Great to have you here. Thanks for joining us. And with that, we'll wrap up. Thanks everybody for joining.
Awesome. I thought this was a 2-hour call, so I was wondering why you were rushing so much, but it's nice that it's just an hour and we're done, and I get an extra hour back.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, try to keep this into an hour.
Yeah, that was really fun. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, guys.
All right. See you, everybody.
See you around.
Thank you, everyone.